Today we're going to be ranking the best meme fighters in the UFC. Now you might be asking,
Finns, what exactly is a meme fighter?
Well, meme fighters come in all shapes and sizes, all different forms with varying levels of skill. I've come to a few different definitions of what a meme fighter is. A meme fighter can be someone that specializes in one area of MMA and is completely terrible at everything else. A meme fighter can also be someone that simply does not care about winning or losing. They only care about bringing high entertainment to the octagon every time they fight. A meme fighter can also be someone who straight up just does not belong in the UFC because they are just not that good. But with the definitions out of the way, let's discuss the best meme fighters. Let's start with meme fighters who are actually good. We're going with Reinier de Ridder. He is a jiu-jitsu specialist who cannot strike to save his life, but he just went out there and stood on the feet with Robert Whittaker for 5 rounds and won a decision. No idea how he did that. Dricus du Plessis, you would think, he's really good considering he's the champion, but no one seems to understand what he's good at. It's not like he has the best striking, he doesn't have the best grappling, he just has more dog than his opponent, time in and time out, therefore he's the champ, therefore he's an actual good meme fighter. And Chris Duncan, this guy has the wonkiest striking in the UFC, he has multiple wins by guillotine, which in it of itself is a meme type of submission, and this guy continues to go out there and win as a big underdog. I don't know how, I don't know why, I can't explain any of these guys' successes in the UFC, but they continue to win, so I can't include them on the list. They're actually good. Now we're going to discuss fringe meme fighters. These are meme fighters that are just on the edge of not being a meme fighter. We're talking about Michael Johnson. This is the Jekyll and Hyde of the UFC. On any given Saturday, he can defeat Islam Makhachev, but on the same Saturday, you might find him losing to someone like Paddy Pimblett. We got Michael Chandler, who you would think would use his wrestling background whenever he fights, but he goes out there, puts caution to the wind, and continues to lose recently because he's just throwing wonky overhands with no intention of actually trying to win the fight. We also got Derek Lewis, who's in his 40s at this point, and the only thing that he's good at is having one-shot KO power, but at the heavyweight level, that seems to be all you need because he continues to win even in his 40s. We also have Paul Craig, who is a submission specialist. He cannot strike to save his life, but you won't catch Paul Craig losing by knockout in the first round every fight. He actually has dog in him, and he will win by round 3 submission on any given Saturday against any given opponent. See Magomed Ankalaev, see Jamal Hill. Shamil Gaziev is on this list because mainly because of his appearance. He is a blob, after all, and everyone on Twitter and YouTube loves Shamil Gaziev. He's kind of the new wave of heavyweight, but not really at the same time. That he deserves to be right here on this list, right next to Ryan Spann, who, if he's not getting a round 1 finish, his cardio is completely terrible and often gets finished in round number 2. We got Jan Kudalaba, who's showing up to press conferences in full green skin, pretending to be the Hulk. I don't care what he does in the octagon, that is enough to be a meme fighter. And then Johnny Walker, who's always bringing high entertainment when he fights, although, unfortunately speaking, he's usually getting brutally knocked out, and every knockout loss of his turns into a viral clip. Therefore, he's just on the fringe of being an actual meme fighter. With the definitions out of the way, with the fringe memes out of the way, with the guys that are actually good out of the way, here is my list of the best meme fighters in the UFC. We're starting hot with number 37, Zachary Reese. This guy seemingly has all the tools to be an MMA world champion, but he just has no chin, and the fact that he has no chin makes him a meme fighter. He always brings entertainment regardless. Number 36, we're talking about Ricardo Ramos. This guy also seemingly has all the tools to be a good MMA fighter, but he continues to go out there and lose by a guillotine submission. He has multiple guillotine sub losses, and when he's not losing by a guillotine, he's often not putting up enough strikes to win. Number 35, we're talking about Trevor Peek. This guy has very funny striking. He's throwing hammer fist while standing, but he somehow has a couple UFC wins. Not sure how he's done that. Number 34 is a fan favorite that's actually fighting this weekend at UFC Vegas 109. We're talking about Cody Brundage. This guy has multiple multiple no contests, multiple draws, multiple DQs on his resume in the UFC alone. He finds new ways to game the system every time he fights. Not saying he's bad, it's just every time he fights, it's just something new with this guy, and it's just must-watch television. Number 33, we're talking about the milk bag himself, Alex Morono. This guy has over 20 UFC fights, and you cannot tell me what he's good at in MMA. He doesn't have powerful striking. He doesn't have dangerous jiu-jitsu. He's just straight up AI-generated MMA fighter. Number 32, we have someone that I don't even know how he's still signed to the UFC, but he's in the rankings. Tai Tuivasa. This guy is sitting at over 300 pounds, and if he's not landing a vicious knockout in the first round, he stands no chance against anyone in the UFC. So, Tai Tuivasa, keep eating, man. I mean, I'm not trying to roast you, bro, but you're turning into a bigger and bigger meme, no pun intended. Number 31, we have actually a favorite of mine, Westin Wilson. This guy cannot strike to save his life, although he trains with Wonderboy, but he has deadly jiu-jitsu, so if you get on the ground with this guy and start rolling around, things might get a little tricky. Number 30, we have a guy that went 2-7 in the UFC at the heavyweight level, Lukasz Brzeski. This guy was a steroid monster on the regional scene. He comes to the UFC, looks very flabby, and just cannot get not chinned to save his life. He just continuously either gets chinned or just gets submitted. He can't win. Number 29, we have Ronaldo Rodriguez, lazy boy himself. This guy is not good at MMA, but he has a very big following on Instagram, so the UFC continues to put him in high leverage spots, and he continues to just almost get completely starched every time. Number 28, I feel a little guilty about putting this guy in the list, but Nico Price, I mean, if he's not a meme fighter, I don't know who is. This guy, like Lucas Tracy says, looks like a dodo bird, and he fights like a dodo bird. He has those winging punches, and he has up kicks from bottom that no one else can throw. I mean, you gotta watch Nico Price when he fights. Number 27 is someone that I formerly made the Finn's Hammer Lock. We're talking about Brenson Ribeiro. This guy, if he's not getting a round one finish more often than not, he is finding himself getting brutally knocked out. He has a long reach, he has long height, he has all the makings of a good UFC fighter, he just has no chin. Number 26 is also someone who's fighting at UFC Vegas 109. We're talking about Toshiomi Kazama. This guy has multiple round one knockout losses in the UFC alone, and if he's not getting knocked out in round one, he might actually come from behind and win by submission. He's a submission specialist, but he has no chin. Number 25, we got Ihor Peteria. This guy has no chin, but he does not think that because every time he fights, he throws with his chin wildly in the air. Number 24, we got Walmart Jiri Prochaska. I'm talking about Robert Valentin. This guy seemingly is a good fighter, like he has good power and he has good jiu-jitsu, but he just can't put it together. He has no chin, and if someone has better jiu-jitsu than him, they out-grapple him. Number 23, we're talking about Tresean Gore, a guy that I'm not even sure why he was signed to the UFC in the first place. He was on Tough, he lost in Tough, and then he proceeded to lose multiple fights in the UFC. So I'm not really sure what he was good at, but I don't even think he's signed anymore. Number 22, we're starting with the heavyweight memes. We got Jamal Pogues. This guy has zero knockout power. He is somehow a heavyweight points fighter, which I thought was nearly impossible, but Jamal Pogues continues to get W's in the UFC. Number 21 is another heavyweight. We're talking about Chris Barnett. This guy, I don't know how he has a single UFC win with that spinning wheel kick that he threw, but he's just a little ball of fun. And I feel like, you know, he just... Chris Barnett, man. And number 20, rounding out the top 20, we got Dewan Austin Lane, former NFL player, and his chin has been cracked one too many times. He is must-watch television because you're going to tune in to just see him get completely flatlined. Number 19, we're talking about Cedric Dumas. Now, his fight style might not be a complete meme. He has a couple UFC wins, but this guy cannot save himself from jail to save his life. He has a very long rap sheet, and he continues to make headlines by being arrested. Number 18 is a kill or be killed type fighter. He reminds me of Liang Na. We're talking about Simon Oliveira. This guy, if he's not getting a submission finish in the first round, he is getting brutally chinned in the first round. His striking is non-existent, and he fights with his hands down. So he's just a walking TKO loss. Number 17 is Kiefer Crosby. He has multiple finish losses in the UFC. I think he's somehow still signed to the roster. He's just not that good. But when you see him on the card, you have to tune in because a very funny finish is about to happen. Number 16, we got the mustache twirler himself, Gabriel Miranda. I actually, unfortunately, picked him to win against Jamal Emmers by round 1 sub because that's how he's won most of his fights. He went out there, got Jamal Emmers down in round 1, gassed out in round 1, got knocked out in round 1. So if he's not finding the round 1 sub in the first minute, he's getting chinned, and it's going to be hilarious. Number 15, we got Otman Azaitar, yet another guy that has zero chin ability. I don't know if that's like a skill set you can get, but he doesn't have it. He doesn't have it whatsoever. Got completely flatlined by Michael Johnson recently. He's just a funny-looking guy as well, honestly. Number 14, we have the submission specialist, who I also think got cut recently, Jimmy Flick, Jimmy the Brick. He can get a flying triangle on you, but if he's not getting a flying triangle, he's probably getting knocked out cold. Number 13, we have Darius Flowers, who in theory should have good striking. He comes from a boxing background, but in every striking exchange I've seen in the UFC, this guy's just going like this. Come on, come forward, come on, box me up, come on. And he's losing. So you can't like taunt your opponent and lose. You just can't. You can't do that. Number 12, we have. Oh man, Dusko Todorovic. This guy, when he first got to the roster, everyone was gassing him up because he had crazy jiu-jitsu and he had powerful hands. But it turns out his chin is non-existent, and you have to watch his fights because he's most likely getting completely dusted. Number 11 is another guy that I also think is not signed to the UFC anymore. Julian the Cuban Missile Marquez. I mean, he brings high entertainment every time he fights. You can't say he's a non-entertaining fighter, but you can say he has no chin, multiple knockout losses, but he is must-watch television. Number 10, I actually feel bad about putting this guy on this list at all, considering his really bad backstory, but we got AJ Cunningham. You know, if you know AJ Cunningham, he said that he used to eat dog food because his parents weren't giving him actual food, and he had a really rough upbringing. But at the end of the day, if you're watching his performances in the UFC, he's not good at striking. He's not good at grappling. He's just good at eating punches, which he's not even good at that because he's getting brutally knocked out. Number 9, we have another guy that's fighting at UFC Vegas 109 this weekend, Rafael Cerqueira. He is 0-2 in the UFC with back-to-back round 1 KO losses. He entered the UFC as an 11-0 fighter. Everyone was gassing him up, and then he just goes out there and, he's thrown 20 strikes total in 2 fights? I mean, what is he good at? Number 8, we have another guy that I think was recently cut by the UFC, Antonio Trocoli. He's been making waves in the poker scene because he's making deep runs in tournaments, but he can't make a deep run in a UFC fight, it seems. He's just getting finished left and right. He even lost to Tresean Gore, who's also on this list. I have no idea why he was even signed. Now we're getting into the meat and potatoes, the true definition of a meme fighter, with number 7, Jekka Seregi. This guy is throwing winging big punches, and if he's not getting you knocked out in the first minute, he himself is getting finished in the first round. It's just that simple. He's very small for his weight class. He's a funny-looking guy, and in his last fight, he got completely slept, and it was a meme. Number 6, we have a guy that I don't even know why he was signed to the UFC in the first place other than to take punishment. We're talking about Jose Medina. He lost on the Contender Series, got signed, and has lost every fight in the UFC since being signed. He even tried to move down a weight class, but Mr. Medina, that's not gonna work. You need to actually be good at something in MMA, and Medina is only good at eating punches, and now even that he's not good at. Number 5, we have someone that broke the knockdown record in the UFC in his last fight. It wasn't him recording the knockdowns, it was actually him getting knocked down. We're talking about Muhammad Yahya. I mean, what is he good at? He's good at nothing. He's really good at nothing. Grappling was said to be what his, strong suit was, but he barely shoots takedowns, and when he does, he's not good on the ground. He's just good at taking punishment. He got 6 knockdowns on him in his last fight against Steven Wynn, who's not like this big knockout artist. He's a volume striker, and he... Oh, man, I feel bad for this guy. I really do. Number 4, we also have another guy that the only reason he signed is to take punishment. Chris Moutinho, he took a short notice fight against Sean O'Malley, lost. He took another fight against Guido Canetti, lost by knockout. Then he goes out there against Malcolm Wellmaker on a week's notice and loses by first round knockout. He even racked up wins on the regional scene before then to make you think he was good at, MMA. But turns out this guy he's not good, but his fights are good though. He's very entertaining. Number 3, we have someone that I debated putting number 1 because he's just a meme to the fullest extent. Anshul Jubli, oh man. He lost his UFC debut because he got barked at. That doesn't happen. And then he lost his next fight by getting knocked out in 10 seconds. That 2-fight stretch just simply doesn't happen. It just doesn't. And you throw in the fact that he's an Indian fighter. I'm not being racist, all right? Indian fighters overall have just not done well in the UFC. Anshul Jubli was supposed to be like the first Indian guy that would make a run, and he gets brutally finished in back-to-back fights. It's just... You just can't make this up sometimes. Number 2, we have someone that I also think is cut from the UFC, but how can you make this list without including Herbert Burns? This guy has no cardio. He has 1 minute cardio. If the fight extends past 1 minute, he's probably losing. And also, he's probably giving up. He's probably just laying on his back. The ref's like, stand up, and he's like, I don't really feel like it, bro. Then that's Herbert Burns in a nutshell. Herbert Burns goes out there, gets takedowns early, fishes for subs. If it doesn't happen, GG's. And number 1 on the UFC meme fighter list, we're talking about Matt Schnell. This right here, you're looking at it, is the greatest meme fighter of all time. Matt Schnell, he has good power in his hands, but if he lands a knockdown, he goes and gets submitted on the ground. Matt Schnell has great jiu-jitsu, but if he goes for submissions, he gets reversed and gets submitted himself. Matt Schnell, he often finds himself in striking exchanges where he wins, but if he gets clipped once, he gets KO'd clean. Matt Schnell is the very definition of a meme fighter. He brings high entertainment every time he fights, but he's just insanely untrustworthy, and he's also just insanely funny to watch fight because he's just throwing caution to the wind. So you might think this is a roast video against Matt Schnell. You might think this is a roast video against every other meme fighter I put on this list. But honestly speaking, I enjoy watching every fighter on this list fight, and I'm locked in whenever someone gets announced.